Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yeah, today is the 13th of October 2021, and the time now is 6:18 a.m. Well, our topic today is remembering our personal stories is very important. Share what happened when you were 23 years old. All right, so before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, so here we go. Yeah, so for this year, I was 23, and yeah, this is the last last year that's in my college, which is the 4th years. Yeah, I took 4 years in college because I failed some subjects, and then yeah, this is the last year that I was studying in the college. Yep, and then I was studying, and then I remember that I also do some part-time jobs in my father's company, which the jobs is actually quite simple, which is some paperworks and also typing invoice, and then sometimes also have the chance to deal with customers. Yeah, so this is basically my life in 23 years old, and then in this year also, I didn't live in I didn't live in the rent house, which I mentioned when I was 22 years old, and then we moved out. Yeah, because we found that even though the monthly rental is only 600, but if you live there for a years, it's also a big figure. 600 plus 600 times 12 equal to like 7,000. That's also a big figure. So we decided to move out, and then we live actually in our own house, but that is not a house. That is something like a container, a container which used to like keeping something, keep some function as a store, like a storeroom, and then we have 2 story, and then this place is actually the place that I am living currently, and then yeah, but the house isn't the house. This is just the store, like storing something. So it is not big. It is 2 story, and then we spend a few days to really clean up uh, this place. I and my brother will clean up this place because we too are going to move in there. And then yeah, after we did that, and then we didn't rent the house anymore. We move in here, and then I sleep at the ground floor, and my brother live upstairs. Yep. So yeah. Also at this time, uh I remember that my brother and I we bought a washing machine, and then yeah, because we find it hard to deal with the clothes, and then so that we can if we have the washing machine, that will be easier. And then yeah, also I spend uh I think for meals, it is like sometimes we go back to my parents' house, and then we have the meals, and then sometimes we eat out. Yeah. So yeah. So uh, this is basically what I do in 23 years old. And then also one more incident in this year, which is my grandmother. Yeah, my grandmother passed away in this year, which actually she got illness with she got illness, and then also that is cancer, and then she did the surgery. Yeah, and after a few months, like I think not more than a year, within a year, like a few months, 7 or 8 months, and then she passed away. Yeah, and then yep. So this is yeah, I think my sharing for 23 years old.
How old your grandma that time?
Oh, how old? It is like 70, 75 or 76.
Yeah. So is your family decided to do the surgery to cure the cancer, or actually your grandma also want to cure?
Um, yeah, at that time, actually, yeah, I'm not very sure because that is the conversation between my father and my grandma, and I believe that my grandma is the type of person who won't accept, who won't willing to spend money on this kind of surgeries if that is the cancer, and I believe that that is my father tried to persuade her, yeah, something like that, because I know my grandma, she is yeah, um she look money as very important, and then uh she 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 won't be willing to spend money on that. Yeah, and also I heard from her a few times, like she say she wasn't afraid of death, and then yeah, she was well prepared to for that, and uh, after knowing getting cancer, and then but yeah, somehow still maybe give a try for the cancer, and yeah, so yeah, it is like that.
Do you know what the cancer is?
The cancer is yeah, we came across this word, but I suddenly forgot. Uh, yeah, in Chinese, which is related to 子宫.
Oh,
Mm,
yeah. I also forget the cancer.
mm, yeah.
So do you know how much money your family spend on?
I think it isn't cost much because we went to the government hospital in Mount Austin. So yeah, maybe I think at most it won't cost like uh, I think it's like at most like uh, around 1,000 or less than 2,000, something like that.
Yeah. So they will be cheap, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So uh what the curements? Yeah, and what I mean, what is the curement and what is the treatment? Is it like the
Remove the
chemo?
part, I think.
Oh, so it's surgery, is it?
Yeah, surgery. Yeah, it's not the. Uh, I think it's not the chemo or what because after the surgery and yeah, we also went to the hospital a few times to visit her, and then yeah, that's not the chemo, but we can feel that after the surgery, before that actually, even she get the cancer, and she's still kind of very strong and look healthy, and after the surgery we can feel like um, she became weaker and weaker, yeah, every time we visit her.
So if she died in the hospital,
Yeah, yeah.
so after he did the surgery, how long she stay in the hospital?
Oh, yeah. Actually, she stay like I think is a few weeks, and then actually move out to the something like the care center, and then uh, uh, before she died, I think something like also a few weeks, and then she feel uh, uncomfortable, and then we send her back to the hospital, something like that. So so lastly, she died in the hospital.
Yeah. So just now you talk about the below 2,000 cost. Is this for is it including the hospital ward, or is it just for the treatment, for the
Yeah,
surgery?
yeah, for this one, actually, I'm not very sure, to be frank.
So about the care center, is it the
No, it is not included. Yeah, it is the private one, so we have to pay a few hundred every month, something like that.
a few hundred is not expensive also, is it? Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
And if we leave our I mean if we lose our house, we also can choose to live inside few hundred. Then yeah,
Mm,
and meal was included.
yeah.
Okay, when I was 23 years old, yeah, and I could say this is my first turning. Uh, this I experienced one of the biggest event in my life,
Mm,
and you can say it is like a turning point.
mm,
Mm. I think in my life there's two turning point. The first turning point is when I was like when I was 17 or 18 years old. I think it's 17. I attend I attend a course which is talk about the brain, and
mm,
after from after after attend the course, my mindset changed a lot. Yeah, I become more positive, and uh, I'm more willing to study. Yeah, to like kind of like become mature. And this is the first turning point I think in my life. And the second turning point is in this, yeah, in 23 years old.
yeah.
And at that time, uh yeah, we actually are so lucky, we had the chance to buy a house, a government subsidized house.
Mm,
And one of my mother recommend my mother and want to help my mother to apply the government subsidized house. And because my mother's friend's husband is an architect, is an architect in the company, which is Crescendo Development.
yeah.
So yeah, so the he got some authority, he got some like power,
Privilege. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, privilege to like help people to apply, yeah,
Mm,
privately. Mm. So yeah, and after sometimes actually at that time, at the beginning, my mother want to confirm the IC number and want to give my IC copy to the to her friend.
mm,
And she confirmed with me, she talked to me, and at that time I'm refusing. So and my standing point, my reason is,
mm,
yeah, I don't want to do the thing like privately like this, and I afraid being being like spot by the government, and I will get some trouble, something like that.
mm, yeah.
Yeah. So at that time actually I refused, and I kind of like use the cost and benefit analysis to analyze the chance to get a house. And I think the chance of getting the house is also quite low. Yeah. So at
Mm,
that time I actually refused, but my mother still insists to submit uh to submit my IC copy to her friend and make uh book the book the application. Mm.
mm,
And after some months, yeah, after some months, and we actually got the house. Yeah, so surprisingly, and
yeah.
it was out of my expectation. And I feel that uh my face being slapped But I also feel good. I also feel lucky because I get a house. Yeah, of course, it's not get I get a chance to buy the house. Yeah. So uh, after we know that we get a house, and then we went to the develop the developer companies, and then the staff explained to us we need to like get the loans within 1 month. Yeah. And then after that, we go to search some bank, and we try a lot of bank, and but only public bank allowed allowed you to have a relative guarantors. Yeah, other banks require you to have to have the to have your, for example, like your parents or your sons as your guarantor or as your co-borrower. They cannot accept your relative, yeah, your relative to become your guarantors. Yeah. And because in my family I only left my mom. Yeah. And uh, yeah, so and my mom's is in the blacklist. Yeah, so we really and we don't have and I don't have like siblings. So mm, yeah, so the only hope is actually find the relative to help us. Yeah. And at that time my mother is actually worrying about the money. She worried that we couldn't take out the down payment. But I told her, uh yeah I can take out the down payments. Yeah. uh it's not a problem. Yeah. And she also take out some money from the insurance plan, about uh 10K. So actually uh, our money is just enough for the down payment, and I only left like few thousand in my pocket. mm, yeah. And at that time we actually did quite a lot of things. Yeah, we asked one of our relatives, and to help us like kind of like do the pay slip. Yeah, do the pay slip. and and another and another and ask another relative to become our guarantors. Yeah. So at that time, I when I hear the public bank manager, the branch manager say that we need to find the guarantor, I cannot I cannot uh apply the loan just with my name. And I actually feel quite disappointed. I think that I couldn't get a house. Yeah, I will lose the house because I couldn't get a loan. But my mother actually still keep trying. He called he called one of my one of my uncle. And yeah, so my uncle actually willing to like lend his name to to become our to become the guarantors. Yeah. So at the end, actually, we successfully uh get the loans. Yeah. And also we have both the house, and actually now I already get the key. And just because now is the period is COVID-19, and we couldn't like renovate, and we couldn't like install like the winds protect. Yeah.
Didn't do
Install.
anything, right?
Yeah. Like install some steel uh on your window. Because the window is glass window and don't have any protection. Yeah. So my mother uh really worried. If we don't have all the thing, uh she 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 fear of live inside because it feel insecure. Also we need to like install the fan, install the light, all that things. We also need the house, but this is in COVID it is in kind of like lockdown, okay, and we couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I actually learned from this year, when I was 23 years old, it's actually my mother is quite smart. Yeah. And I think many people will experience this, which is when they become older, they think that their parents is like kind of like morons, is kind of like idiot, kind of like a fool. Yeah, it's kind of like a fool, and the informations and the experience is outdated, cannot be used, cannot be applied in current reality anymore.
Mm.
But after some decade, yeah, it's not some years and it's not some months. It's for many people it is after decade when they become really mature adults, and when they experience a lot of things, when they already have a family, for example, when they cross like 30 years old, when they cross 40 years old, they start to they start to feel that, and they start to realize that, yeah, actually, mm, there are wisdom. There are wisdom uh, in in their parents talking, in their parents thinking, in their parents mind. Yeah, and their parents is wise. So the knowledge, the experience, is kind of like is long lasting, able to able to stand with the time, able to stand uh, with the history, able to cross, yeah, after decades, the same wisdom, and also the wisdom and also the knowledge is still applicable. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm actually feel very lucky because I I don't need to wait after few decades when I become like 30 years old or 40 years old, then I can realize that my mother is actually quite wise.
Yeah.
So uh uh what I did wrong, uh or should say what I did negatively in action is actually I don't willing to try. Yeah, so this is actually one of my uh defect. Yeah, one of my defect, one of my weakness of the cost and benefit analysis, which is I too focus about the cost and benefits. Yeah, and I didn't aware that I actually can do something to reduce the cost or actually to increase the benefits. Yeah, I'm some I'm some I'm like I'm like standing from a outsider as a third party to look at things, to analyze the case. Yeah. So I actually didn't aware that the persons actually can do something. For example, increase the benefits, or for example, to reduce the cost. Do something to increase the chances of success, or do something to reduce the chances uh, of failure, or actually did something uh, to 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 avoid, to mitigate the cost from the cost from the event, or reduce the risk, or reduce the cost if you fail. Yeah. So yeah, and my mother is a type of person, she are willing to try, and she think this is a good opportunity. She always hope to have a house. Yeah, she always hope to have a house. And now the chance come, there's an opportunity. So he's she's willing to try. She try every possibility. Uh, she try every uh, she try every method in order to achieve the goal. So yeah, and just like when I heard we need to like ask our relative to become our guarantor, I actually already want to give up, but my mother still didn't give up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also when we apply the when we make the house application, I also feel that I think the chance is low, so I don't want to apply. But my mother still insists to apply. Yeah, even though the chance is low, but uh, if you don't apply, there's zero chance. If you apply, there's non-zero chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad to see my mom is wise, and also very happy to see I'm wrong. Yeah, of course, this is after a lot, after maybe few months. I can only truly feel happy about that. Yeah. And at that period, I actually, yeah, I actually kind of like couldn't accept I make a wrong decision. Yeah. After some time, I actually feel happy. And I also upgrade my cost and benefit analysis, yeah, to become more applicable, can be applied in reality. Okay, so that's my sharing for today.
Yeah. So just to make sure, just now you say you regret you make a wrong decision. But what is the what does it refer to? Is it refer to the uh the thinking of you previously, which uh don't like to uh don't want to apply for the house?
Yeah, don't want to apply the house, and also uh too easily to get up, too easily to give up. When I heard that the loan application need to find the relative as a guarantors.
Yeah, so fortunately it didn't happen, right? And you still apply for that, and imagine that if you didn't apply for that, and you also won't know anything, right? Because you won't know that you could have applied it successfully, right?
Yeah, yeah. So this is why I feel glad. This is why I feel happy.
Yeah. Yeah, and maybe if you didn't apply it, and maybe you will think like, oh, you won't put these things on your mind anymore, because also it is a surprise to you that to know you can get it successfully.
Mm. Yeah, but actually, yeah, we're not sure. We're not sure whether we get. I mean, for me, I actually not sure if I not get the house, will I use the money to put it into investment and actually grow the money to 10 times more? I actually not sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is an unknown case. Okay. And maybe I hold enough. Maybe I hold the money. I also may not put all money into the investment, or maybe I also like maybe just put half, or maybe put 0%. I just do dollar cost averaging. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
touch the power of money. Yeah, we're not sure. I also not. Mm, yeah, but and also I'm not sure whether it is a really good decisions, because when you have bought your house and you actually have a commitment, you actually mm, yeah, you kind of like cannot move to other country, or move to another state, or even move to another location, and you cannot rent out this house
Yeah.
uh in the
For
first
10
10.
years, right?
Yeah, but if you look at the installments cost is now currently is 552 per month. Yeah, and our current rental cost is 700. Yeah, so you can see there's a gaps. Yeah, so uh if you if you not if you're not if you don't buy the house, and you may need to keep renting the house, and the renting cost can keep increasing. For example, from 700 to 750 to 800.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is also another thing. So yeah, but overall, I think uh, uh, this is actually a good decision.
Yeah. 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 Also, I think yeah, if let's say if you didn't get it successfully, you did apply, so what will be your something like your feeling or your thinking for that?
Yeah, sure. Feel sad. You means I couldn't get the loan, or actually couldn't
You
I
didn't
like
you didn't
house.
get a chance for the house.
Oh, didn't get a chance of the house. I will feel like it's of course uh, because this is the low chance things. I actually don't hope. I actually don't have any hope about getting the house. But if you talk about the loan application, I actually feel yeah, I will feel sad. Yeah, because I already get a house. Just because I couldn't get a loan, so I need to give up the chance of buying the house.
Yeah. 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 So we can see that the lesson actually is depend on the lesson depends a lot on you get the house successfully, right? If you didn't get it, maybe you would think like, oh, my initial thinking is correct. I shouldn't have tried it because of maybe some risk by something like discovered by the authorities that yeah, because you said your relative helped you to apply for that, right? Maybe
Mm.
go on the table or what?
Yeah. But when when I knew that I got the house, yeah, and um it actually have proved me uh it actually have proved me have made a wrong decision. Yeah. Have a wrong thoughts. Yeah,
Yeah.
because if my mother listened to me and don't submit the application, and we won't get a house. And the loan is another case. Yeah. So the whole thing is actually kind of like, if you didn't try, and uh you would never know the results. Yeah, and this is kind of like an old lesson, an old saying in Chinese. Yeah. Yeah. For example, one of the Chinese one of the old saying in Chinese, something like you, you need to work hard. Yeah, something like that. If you work hard, you may or may not uh get the thing you want. But you don't work hard, and you definitely won't get it.
Yeah.
So this is also similar. If you try, have a chance. If you don't try, you have zero chance. And also uh talk about like the risk or something like that. This actually uh maybe it's because I don't have enough knowledge. I don't have enough uh wisdom to know the Malaysia, to know the bureaucracy, to know the government. Yeah, even though in other country, and it's actually acceptable. Yeah, it's actually acceptable. And if it is not acceptable, the developer would allow uh the architect, my friend, uh, my mother friend's husband to do that. Yeah. So it's also is one of the thing that I didn't consider well. Mm. Yeah, and also yeah, and even though in your career, even though in your job, they will have a lot of things which is on the table. Yeah, like
Yeah.
so in America, there is also a lot of things on the table. For example, they can like lend their name to become I mean for example, let's say two company, company A, company B, company A can lend his name to company B, so company B can borrow more money. So company A is the guarantor of company B,
Yeah.
and the guarantor, the relationship is won't show in balance sheet. Yeah, won't show in balance sheet. So when something goes wrong, you will see company A, their financial position seems good, but suddenly he declared bankruptcy. Yeah, because company B failed. Company B already filed for the bankruptcy. Yeah, so now company A need to pay the money, and company A don't have that much money. Yeah, in balance sheet. So company A also need to declare the bankruptcy. Yeah, it's something like that. And yeah, and also like in banking, there's also a lot of things which is on the table. You can't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
for the architect himself, I think yeah, he actually bear a greater risk than you, right?
yeah.
Because he helped you to do that if they discover it, and then he may lose his job, maybe also, yeah, I don't know, maybe some legal action after that.
Yeah. And he's more to lose actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just graduate.
Yeah.
Okay, so anything else?
No.
Okay. So that's all for our today conversation. How do you feel? To enjoy the conversations, please tell us what you think of our conversation. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocal mistake that we made, please also comment to let us know, because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.